1-800-5800-TOM is their telephone number. All right. Ladies, you've got a kid. Your husband, your boyfriend, your ex-husband, your ex-boyfriend. He thinks he's the father. But he's not. Tell us the story at 1-800-5800-TOM. This is Raina on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello, Raina.
Hi.
Hi. Can I help you?
I'm one of those women who have a child, and I'm married, and it's someone else's.
Now, did you have the child while you were married?
Yes, my husband and I have been married for 5 years, and we split up for about a month, and in that month's time, I slept with someone else.
Without birth control?
Without birth control. As soon as I found out I was pregnant, I told this guy, and this guy said, well, you know what, you better get back with your husband because I don't want a child. So my thought was, yeah, that's what I better do because my husband wanted children.
So you got back with him, and you didn't want to get back with him. So you stayed with him.
Yes.
But you really don't want to be with him.
Right.
Wow. So you've been with him now 5 years since this happened.
Yes, 5 years.
And does the kid not look like him at all? I mean,
absolutely not. Blonde hair and blue eyes. My husband has black hair and brown eyes.
And what about you?
Black hair and brown eyes.
And he never questioned it.
He did question it, and I just basically said, I can't believe you're even asking me something like that. And it was never mentioned again.
So he never tried to get a DNA test or anything?
No, and in fact, actually what he said was, you know what, if it is, I don't even want to know.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I have mixed emotions because every time I look at my son, I'm looking at a picture of the person that I was with. Mannerisms, facial features, everything.
You must have had a good time with him.
Obviously, I got pregnant.
Yeah, well, you'd get pregnant with someone who was lousy in bed, too.
Oh, that was the good part, actually.
That was the good part?
Yeah.
Now, has this guy ever contacted you again?
Actually, yes. Well, I stay in contact, and I actually sent pictures.
So even though he said he wanted no part of the kid, he wants pictures now?
No, I just do it on my own.
Why do you do it?
Just so he can see what he's missing out on.
Yeah. Does he care?
I don't know. I've never asked him.
So does he write to you about it? Does he talk about it?
No.
So he probably doesn't care.
No. And no, I never asked for child support. I've never asked for him to see him. Nothing. I just send pictures.
Well, if you asked for child support, wouldn't your husband think something was up?
Yeah, probably.
I mean, your husband is supporting the child. That would be like double dipping to ask this guy to send you child support.
True. True. This guy had no insurance, no nothing, and my husband had a damn good job, great insurance, and we'd have a better life being with him. So I never tried to push the issue.
See, I wonder how common this is.
It's pretty common. I know quite a few women that are in the same boat I am.
Do you really?
I do.
Wow. Let me ask you a couple of other questions here. For example, do you know the medical history of the father of your child?
I do. I do,
You do?
only because when I did get pregnant, I asked many questions in regards to stuff like that.
And so, does he have a different medical history than your husband?
Absolutely.
Like what?
Our son doesn't even have my blood type nor my husband's.
So if he's ever injured or ever has some kind of illness...
Absolutely. It's going to come about sooner or later.
So you think it's going to come out eventually?
Yeah, every day I live with it.
So are you just staying there for the financial support of the insurance?
Well, I mean, I love my husband. But, yeah, in the long run, yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Well, you say you love him, but you didn't want to go back with him, and I don't think you still want to be with him.
I stay because of the stability.
Right. That doesn't mean you want to be with him or that you're happy in your marriage. You say you love your husband. You know.
I love my husband, but I'm not happy. No. You can be in love with somebody and not be happy.
So you'd rather not be there.
Oh, no. No,
but,
not at all.
So one day he'll find out.
Absolutely. He's going to have to. I mean, eventually, of course, it's going to come out. Yeah, just like you said, if he was injured, it's going to come out. The question's going to be there. And I live. Do
you ever wonder if it gets worse the more time goes? See, I would suspect the longer you pull this off, the worse it's going to be when he finds out.
You're absolutely right. Every day, I live with this every single day. There's not a moment of the day that doesn't, that I don't ask myself, how do you tell a person that after, 3 years? My son's 3. How do you tell somebody after 3 years?
Wow. Hang on a second here, Raina. Let me get Matt on. Matt, what did you want to say to Raina?
Hey, Tom, this is the scariest thing I think I've ever heard on radio in my entire life. I'm just driving home from work, trying to get through my day, and then just to know that there's people out there that are manipulating to this extent just scares me. I'm just blown away. I just had to call in and just say that, that's not right in any way, shape, or form.
I agree with you. It's not right.
But you seem like you're just callous to the point where you have no emotion about it whatsoever.
Oh, I have plenty of emotions. Like I said, I live with it every single day. And is it right or wrong? No, of course it's wrong. But, now my husband loves this child. So do I rip this child away from my husband to be with, what, his birth father who doesn't want him? Or
no. It seems like your husband wants what he thought was his child. I mean, it got to the point where, if he said and mentioned to you that, I don't even want to know, that is frightening on so many different levels. It's like living a lie, and I don't understand how you can get through the whole situation. It seems maybe that's why you have no emotion about the whole thing.
Well, I think between us having 5 children, I don't think that our son, who's 3, is going to make a difference to him either way. We have 5 children together now.
I don't know. It's frightening because it just seems like it's so calculated to the point where it's just financial, purely financial. And let me ask you a question. If you could have your way, you could negate everything and just spend the rest of your life, no kids, no anything, with this other guy, would you do it?
No.
Absolutely not. But, okay, that's all you need to know.
No. Thank you for that, Matt.
And good interview, man.
Appreciate the call. Let me get Paul on here. Paul, what do you want to say to Raina?
Raina, you say you have 5 other kids?
I'm sorry?
By the way, Raina, we need you to turn the radio off over there because it's getting confusing.
So you have 5 other kids?
Yes, we have 5 kids.
And so how do you know that the rest of them are all his?
They're all his.
They're all his. You just said that.
Except for the youngest.
Yeah, you need to be taken out and shot, woman.
That's nice of you to say.
Yeah, well, that's not nice of you for what you're doing. I mean, courts protect people like you. You're not even human. I mean, you make me sick. You ought to, you should make yourself sick too. And a guy that would stay with you, he knows. He's got to know if you said that. So I mean, you're hooked up with the pussy anyway. So you should be shot.
All right, Paul. Thank you for calling in. Let me get Derek on here. Derek, what did you want to say to Raina?
Dude, Raina is the most scandalous, evil slut on the planet. I cannot even believe you could do this to somebody that you supposedly care about. I mean, do you have any kind of scruples at all?
Do you guys not do this every day?
No,
men don't. The only bad side is the men are the ones that get pregnant, right?
No. It is not like that. It is not like that. You ran off. You guys were separated, blah, 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 blah. You didn't end the relationship, and because part of it went kind of squirrely, you end up running back to the money train. You are a scandalous piece of crap. I just got to tell you that.
Just to throw it in, I make twice as much as my husband does. I'm an engineer. I make over $100,000 a year. So is it the money part? No, it's not the money part. It's just we had a family. We have, 4 other children together. Should I break that up?
No. You claim stability.
That is stability. Having a family and keeping your family together.
If you make $100,000 a year, lady, you can provide your own stability for this child. You made the mistake. Don't punish old boy. You're a scumbag. And man, if you were a woman, I'd cut your damn head off if I heard that.
Nice words.
Yeah.
All right, Derek. Thank you for that. Let me get Greg in here. Greg, what did you want to say to Raina?
I want to tell her that she's the craziest, one of the craziest women I've ever heard talk ever. What is this doing to that child? You are a crazy, crazy woman. You're selfish. That's what that is. You're being selfish.
Okay, so you've got all the answers. What should I have done? You told me that. You've got all the answers.
I'll tell you exactly what you should have done. If you got pregnant and you knew that it wasn't your husband's baby, you should have been a woman, because all these women nowadays, y'all want to be independent and be strong. Then you should have been woman enough and told him from the get-go. Plain and simple. That's what you should have done.
You think it would have made a difference?
Yeah, it would have made a difference. Think about it. It's been 3 years. It's been 3
years.
When he finds out,
he's not going to leave me when he finds out.
When he finds out, he might do more than that. You don't know. He might flip out.
I know my husband, and my husband isn't going to go anywhere.
You know him. Yeah, you don't know how he's going to react to a situation like that.
Sure I do. I married somebody that I know.
So you saying this situation's happened to him before? He knows how he's going to react to something like this?
I know how he will react.
You know how he will react. Well, why
and it's not going to matter. To him, it will not matter.
It won't matter. Then why don't you tell him?
It will not matter to him.
Then tell him. What are you scared of?
Have Tom call him on the phone. Call him on the phone right now and tell him. Would that make you happy?
Tom, this is why everything that you say on the radio is true. Because of women like this right here. Everything you say is true because of women like this right here. It's ridiculous.
I know there are women like this out there who've done this. I know it because I get calls like this all the time.
That men do, too. I mean, you know, there's plenty of stuff that men do. How many men get women pregnant on a daily basis and walk away and they're not there?
It happens
How many men do not pay child support? How many women are on welfare?
Well, one thing men can't do, to be fair, though, they can't they can't get pregnant and have a baby and make another woman take care of it.
Well, we all know one person who's not paying child support, and that's your baby's father.
I don't need his child support.
What's going to happen to this kid when he gets older and he
finds out? Wait a minute. You don't need his child support because your husband, who thinks he's the father, is paying it.
What are you going to do when that kid gets older? And when he finds out, how is he going to look at you? A hoe.
He has a dad.
Mommy's a hoe.
He has a father.
Mommy's a hoe.
To tell him he has a father.
That's not his real father. You don't think that you owe him that?
You know what? Blood doesn't make a person a real father, first of all.
It doesn't matter. You didn't even give him an opportunity to even meet his father and to tell him the truth. Now he's calling his other guy dad.
His real father didn't want the opportunity. There's a difference. The real father knew. The real father didn't want the opportunity to. So right now he has a real father.
That is not his real father.
And blood does not make somebody a real father. Do you realize that?
So
you're very close-minded.
What you're doing is right? You don't think you owe it to your child to tell him the truth?
You know
By the way, if your husband believed that, Raina, you'd tell him.
Yeah, you got me on that one, Tone.
You're making it seem like it's not a big deal. I mean, if it's not a big deal, tell him.
I never said it wasn't a big deal. I never said that. If it wasn't a big deal, I wouldn't have even called into the show.
You seem real calm about it. Oh, that's his real father. No, you're getting it messed up. That is not his real father.
Because in my eyes, he has his dad. My son knows no other person.
You're being selfish. You're being selfish.
And when that day comes, then it will come, and then I'll take care of the situation at hand.
Tom,
right now,
women like this is the reason why you can do your radio show every day. There's so